Hey guys, welcome to the stream for November the 17th. It is a Friday today. Uh, Sorry for the kind of weird stream today. I slept in quite a bit, so we don't have a whole lot of time to do anything today. I do have to go for D&D later today, like in a couple hours, as far as I know at least, barring any last-minute cancellations. I think we're still on for D&D tonight. So I got a couple of hours to play whatever, and there wasn't really any whatever on the list of games we're playing right now that I was like super motivated to play, or that I think would be really good for just a short couple hours stream. Like, I don't want to play Star Ocean for just a couple hours. We'd hardly have time to get out of town. I considered doing the Shining Force 3 premium disc, but I think I want to do some more planning and strategizing before we start that up. And I don't really have time to go through any of the other stuff we have on the go right now. It's like, finish Double Dragon Gaiden, but that might not even fill the 2 hours. Skygunner Run is kind of... maybe it takes more than 2 hours, maybe it takes less. So I decided we'll do something fun and mindless that I can play for literally any amount of time. And for me, that is Azure Dreams. We can play it for 2 hours, we can play it for 10 hours, we can play it for half an hour. And it's still good times, because it's just Azure Dreams. You're just playing a mystery dungeon game. And so that's what we're going to do. If you guys don't mind. So, yeah, with that out of the way, hello, Vasil, Jay, Deep Fry. Got the Boku no Natsuyasumi nomination. Good stuff. 2 hours, I think, is a good amount of time to mess around with that one. I've never actually played Boku no Natsuyasumi. It's a Japanese game, believe it or not, which I think translates to something like My Summer Vacation in English. And yeah, I think it's just kind of like a life simulator type thing. Like, it's you're a kid on summer vacation, just kind of doing, kid stuff in the summer. I think you can do stuff like catch bugs, go fishing, go exploring the countryside and the forests and stuff. It's like a very casual kind of life simulator. Why is the volume so loud? I turned the volume down. Boku no Natsuyasumi 2 for 2 hours. I think that's a PS1 game, or is that PS2? I'm gonna write in PS1, but I'll fix it later if it's wrong. Nominated by Vasil. Oh, it's PS2? Okay, alright, PS2. I think there's a Boku no Natsuyasumi game on Steam also, although I forget which one. Is this the PS1 version of Azure Dreams? Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, it's certainly not the Game Boy version. Yeah, there were only ever 2 versions of Azure Dreams, unless I guess you meant, like, is this the one, like, downloaded you can download on, like, PS4 or PS5 or whatever. Actually, I don't know, is this game still available on the PlayStation Store? I know you could get this on PS3 back in the day, so I would assume that you could still download it on your PS4 or PS5. Oh, yeah, I knew what you were talking about, Vasil. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about as far as, yeah, Boku no Natsuyasumi. I updated that on the spreadsheet. Jay, I think, is talking about something else. Yeah, he's talking about Azure Dreams, so, yeah. Oh, and Deep Fry's got a progress report for, for Tales of P. Past the desert and into the Elvish Forest. Yeah, I don't remember much about Tales of Fantasia, since I only played it the one time back in the day, but it's cool that you're making progress and not, like, stuck or anything anymore. Oh, this guy's got a picket for a familiar. That's an interesting choice. So here's the agenda for today. I think the best way to enjoy this game in kind of a short burst is we're not going to, like, start up a new save file We're not going to really bother with the town building or romance aspect of this game. We're just going to do dungeon runs. We're going to do some hardcore runs, is the idea here. In fact, yeah, I've got a few save files here. This is my 100% save file, where we got all the buildings in town, all the girlfriends, and all of the monsters, most significantly. This was my save file for speedrunning, when I got into, like, speedrunning this game a little bit, and this was, I think someone nominated this game for Viewer's Choice, and we did, like, a little hour-long run of it. This one's significant because this one puts you right at the start of the game, just past all of the intro bullshit, so you can get right into the game. The benefit of this is that you get your tutorial floors, which gets you some guaranteed items, which means you have like kind of a better than average chance of clearing the tower in a single run. I think what I actually want to do, though, is some hardcore runs. So I think we'll load up our Viewer's Choice save file. And I think we're just going to do some hardcore tower runs. Hardcore is a challenge run that I think I've kind of just invented. I don't know if there's much of a community for Azure Dreams challenge runs. I know there's a speedrunning community for this game, but I don't know what else people really do with this game. Gonna have to reacclimate myself to the controls. Oh wow, we did really good. We did really good in that 1 hour long Viewer's Choice stream. That would have been like months and months ago, maybe close to a year ago. We would have played this for Viewer's Choice. 1 hour would have only been long enough to do one tower run, and we made out really good. We got a gold sword, a decent shield, and a Newell egg, which is like one of the best monsters you can get. Oh, and is this a good game, Jay? I think it's brilliant. Yeah, Daniel's got it right. This is my favorite kind of mystery dungeon style game. I guess you could call it one of my favorite roguelikes. Can I not dump my familiar into... Oh, that's right. Familiars don't go in the vault. Familiars go in the monster hut, which we have not upgraded. Okay, so we're going to throw this stuff away, and I think I'll prepare this save file for hardcore runs. It is a dungeon crawler. It's what some people might call a roguelike, and what somewhat more knowledgeable people might call a... Oh, yeah, cool, let's take a little bath before we go dungeon crawling here. I bathed myself in a barrel. That looks very... uncomfortable. Imagine having to stand up to take a bath. I guess that's like... It's like you stand up like you're in the shower, but like you're just in a bath. You get like the worst of both worlds. You get like the fact that you have to stand up like you're in the shower, but you're just like bathing in your own filth like a bath. It's like the worst aspects of both the shower and the bath. I'm gonna save my game so that we can set this save file up for future hardcore runs. Yeah, we'll just overwrite that viewer. We gotta be careful not to overwrite the wrong save file here. Yeah, this is a really cool game. One of my favorites on the PS1. It's kind of takes after the Mystery Dungeon series, which is essentially like a Japanese take on like a console roguelike. You've got randomized dungeon floors, trying to make the most of whatever items you find along the way, trying to get down to the bottom floor. We need to get a sword. So there's a few stipulations for the hardcore run. Basically, the way the hardcore run works, the way I do it, is you're not allowed to take anything into the dungeon with you, except for this copper sword that you can buy in town. I started out just going in with just my bare hands, but that makes the run extremely RNG reliant. Like, you can just die to monsters on the first floor if you get unlucky and don't find any good items. So I find it makes the run just more interesting and more consistent if you allow yourself that copper sword. We could take the medicinal herb as well. I think at some point I also allowed myself the medicinal herb. I can't remember for sure though, so we'll start with just the copper sword. I might have given myself both, I don't remember, but we'll start with just the copper sword. Okay, so that's the thing to do. The inaugural shopping trip for your copper sword before any hardcore run. So the thing that distinguishes this game from a lot of other mystery dungeon style games is the monster training system. The premise of the game is that you're just a kid growing up in the desert town of Mons Baya, and the main sort of claim to fame of this town is this monster tower. This place where you can find a bunch of monsters and get monster eggs, which are kind of a rare and valuable item in this world. So it's kind of a town of like adventurers and monster tamers trying to climb this tower. And our main character, insert name here, has recently come of age and is old enough to enter the monster tower himself and go hunting for eggs and fortune. Also his dad is dead. His dad was one of the most famous monster tamers until he died when our main character was like 5. Let's see how long it takes me to remember the controls here. Oh, this is a great start. Alright, killed that guy. Anyways, I've been falling behind on chat because I've been talking about what we're doing today. Spells and arts are very OP. That's kind of what Tales of Phantasia is all about. Tales of Phantasia is all about the art spam. Like, beyond a certain point in the game, you're not really meant to be using your basic attack very often. This run's gonna end very quickly at this rate. We gotta heal ourselves. Let's go off in the corridor and heal a little bit. Get ourselves an elevation advantage. How do we heal again? Oh, that's it. Just triangle circle. There we go. Star Ocean is kind of the same way, actually. In Star Ocean, or Star Ocean 2, that is, beyond a certain point in the game, you don't really use your basic attack a lot. It's more about spamming your arts to put out tons of damage. This is a nice little setup here. We can just farm Pull and Puzz till we hit level 2. Level 2 is pretty crucial. You, like, double your HP, which makes you a lot more survivable. Anyways, hey there, Nika. Sorry to neglect you for so long. I'm behind on chat because I was talking about what we're doing today. Neo Sigma, how's it going? Dancing the day away here with the gene spin. Zap, how's it going? Azure Dreams, Jasu streams. Yeah, I sure do. I sure do when I have no idea what else I want to play today. To be honest, I was considering Risk of Rain. For today's stream. The new remake, since that's kind of what I've been playing in my spare time lately. But I don't know, it just felt kind of off-brand. Also, I don't know how much I could really do in, like, just a couple hours of Risk of Rain. Also, I'm kind of embarrassed of how bad I've become at that game. I unlocked everything in Risk of Rain back in the day, but I kind of forget how to play that game. It's like almost all my runs just end on the... I can beat the first stage pretty consistently in Risk of Rain now, but I usually die on the second, and I haven't been able to beat stage 3 yet. Game's graphics remind you of Grandia? A little bit, yeah. It's the same kind of style, where you've got 2D sprites on 3D backgrounds. There are a lot of PS1 games like this, and it's kind of my favorite style for PS1 RPGs. Oh, these trolls are bad news. Can we get an elevation bonus? I'm risking running into another monster if I run away from this guy, though. Level 2 should be fine to fight a troll, unless we fucking miss. Oh, God. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Let's go into the hallway and heal. Actually, we should find some elevation, but yeah, we'll just heal for a second. Yeah, Grandia was a good PS1 game with great 2D sprites on 3D backgrounds. Xenogears was another one. Xenogears has the same kind of art style. Vandal Hearts as well, which is I think, the game that Azure Dreams actually resembles the most. Actually, wouldn't surprise me if these games were made in like the same engine or something. Actually, funny story. I'm sure I've told this before. Told you guys about this while playing Azure Dreams. But actually, the way I first found out about this game was on the back page of the manual for Vandal Hearts. There was an ad for Azure Dreams. Vandal Hearts was kind of my introduction to strategy RPGs. I got kind of hooked on the genre after getting deep into Vandal Hearts on the PS1. And just looking at screenshots for this game in the back of the... like on the back of the Vandal Hearts manual. Superficially, I thought this looked like the same kind of game. I thought that Azure Dreams was like another strategy RPG, like Vandal Hearts. When I just saw screenshots, it was that same kind of like isometric style with the 2D sprites and 3D environments, grid-based, turn-based. So I thought I was getting an SRPG when I first played this game, and I was actually really disappointed to find that, like, oh, it's like an SRPG where you only control one character. That's really lame. Where's my army? And it turns out you kind of do get sort of an army in this game. You get a pet monster, later 2 pet monsters, which is kind of cool. And then I played a bunch of this, and then I got addicted to this, and it turns out I actually like Azure Dreams more than I like Vandal Hearts. And I still like Vandal Hearts quite a bit. 4 Horsemen of Jasu Dreams, Azure Dreams, Chrono Trigger, Grandia, and Mega Man Legends. I was considering Mega Man Legends today too. I was also considering, back when it was like 3 hours to D&D time, I was thinking, I might be able to do Mega Man Legends in about 3 hours. 3 hours might be enough time to do a Mega Man Legends stream. And then I hesitated and debated about it enough that it was no longer 3 hours. It was no longer going to be a 3-hour stream by the time I decided what game to play. I might be able to do Mega Man Legends in 2 hours, but I don't want to hazard it. What's the best version of Tales of Phantasia? I've only ever played the SNES version and like the first hour of the PS1 version. The PS1 version definitely has more advanced graphics and a better fan translation. But other than that, it also adds the not the private action system. What is it in Tales of Phantasia? The skit system was added to the PS1 version. So I guess I'd say probably the PS1 version, but I haven't actually played that one in full. I've only played a bit of it. I'd probably recommend the PS1 version, although the SNES version, or the Super Famicom version, is the one that I know the best and kind of fell in love with back in the day. PSP, there's Tales of Phantasia on PSP, I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, there's a Game Boy Advance version also. I would avoid that one. I hate that quit is the default option whenever you go up a dungeon floor. Finished Yakuza Lad. You finished Yakuza Lad. Positive impressions overall? Have you decided, is it the best Yakuza game you've ever played? Gosh is gonna kill us, isn't he? We are level 4. Enjoyed it? Nice. Did you play the previous Yakuza games? Like the old brawler style ones? Do I want to stay close to them? I feel lonelier. How dare you feel lonely around me? I can't allow that. We're gonna battle. Alright, I accept your challenge. We're gonna die. We don't have a shield. Oh, I do have a paralyzed wand, though. Does it cost a turn to equip this? Sure doesn't. Ooh, I might just eat this for this battle. There we go. Get Hazaked, fool. Ow! Now's the part where we run away until we recover our health. No! I fucked up! I don't want to lose to this scrub! Now we're gonna get hit if we go up a space. Hopefully he dies to this one, but I think he has about 20 hit points. Maybe he'll get paralyzed. Oh, wait. Pfft, I can't do math. 7 times 3 is 21. That kills him. 1 wins, 0 losses for you. That's my goal on every Azure Dreams save file, is to always have 0 losses to Gosh. Might as well equip this Paralyzed Wand. It has 1 attack. Oh no, Copper Sword has 2 attack. Still think it's worth it to, Oh, actually I don't want to go up. I want to heal myself before we go up. Heard Vandal Hearts is very good. I think Vandal Hearts is one of the best strategy RPGs out there, and an excellent introduction to the genre if you've never played a strategy RPG. Fantastic map design. Great story. Very straightforward mechanics. Great music, too. Oh yeah, Wild Arms 2 has that Grandia 2D sprites on 3D environments kind of style. Being followed like Fire Emblem. A little bit, yeah. That's basically what a mystery dungeon game is. It's just a Fire Emblem game where you only control one character. Oh, you play them all, every single one from 0 to 6. Where does this one stand in the series for you, Neo Sigma? Do you like the change to like the turn-based RPG combat? I think I kind of like the idea personally, but I haven't played Like a Dragon yet. The thing I've found with past Yakuza games is that they had great combat systems, like great brawling, really cool special moves and everything. I love the heat system, I love the different stances, but the enemies I found to be really obnoxious to deal with. Like, those games had really good boss fights. Boss fights were always awesome in, like, Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2, but fighting multiple enemies was often a pain in the ass. Especially on harder difficulties. Basically, it becomes a game of, like, just grab the object. Just swing big objects around to deal with hordes of enemies, because otherwise you won't survive. Prefer the original action style, but the turn-based RPG style was fun. Okay. I probably won't end up playing all the Yakuza games before I try Like a Dragon. I'm kind of more interested in Like a Dragon than the other Yakuza games. I want to play Yakuza 1, or yeah, Yakuza Kiwami. And I want to play Yakuza 2. Those are the ones that I hear are really good. But I don't know if I want to play, like, 5 different Yakuza games before I get to Like a Dragon. I guess there's continuity to consider. Because as I understand it, the Yakuza games all tell one big continuous story. Let's get the high ground on this guy. Oh, fuck. Should be able to kill this guy in 2 shots. Oh, nice. See if we can get... Actually, we don't need high ground on this guy. I'm level 5. Yeah, 0 Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2. That's what I was kind of intending to play. Ooh, Monster Egg. Do we want to hatch that right away? Oh yeah, so I got kind of distracted by chat. You guys distracted me. So, the thing that makes Azure Dreams kind of a bit more accessible than other Mystery Dungeon style games is that it's actually very easy to, like, build up a strong monster to carry you through the dungeon. That's kind of the thing with the roguelike genre in general, and kind of Mystery Dungeon games, is you're reset down to level 1 on every new dungeon run. Fuck, this fucking guy. Can I get elevation on him? You get a bonus to your defense and attack against enemies that are at a lower elevation than you. So getting the high ground is kind of a big aspect of combat tactics in this game. Ooh, this is a nice little treasure trove here. Alright, I think we're ready to go up to the next floor. Yeah, there's nothing else going on. Also, this is a nice little vantage point to fight monsters from. Oh, he gets up on the platform, though. Actually, we could just stand on the elevator. I think I'll just do that. Let's just grind on the elevator till it's time to leave. So anyways, yeah, you get reset to level 1 every time you re-enter the dungeon. That's kind of a standard feature of Mystery Dungeon games. So there's not really any grinding to get through the dungeon. You have to go through on your wit, based on your wits. Only not exactly. Every Mystery Dungeon game has some kind of aspect to it, where you can kind of gain power from run to run. Shiren the Wanderer had the vault, where you could send back items to the vault and carry them into the dungeon with you to get like a little bit of an advantage on future runs. Also, on each run of the dungeon, you would kind of unlock story events, and the further you progress the story, that would also unlock little advantages that could help to see you through the dungeon. Like, you'd encounter new characters on the dungeon floor, new special events that would kind of increase your chances of survival. And in this game, you have the monsters. Raising monsters is kind of the main distinguishing feature of Azure Dreams. Your character is reset to level 1 every time they enter the dungeon, but your monsters keep the levels they have. You can grind your monsters and have them carry you through the dungeon. And that's kind of what this game is. It's Mystery Dungeon crossed with, like, Pokemon, kind of. You're trying to raise the best monster to fight for you and get you through the dungeon. There's also a monster fusion system where you can fuse monsters to combine their traits and spells, which is really cool in my opinion. There's also so we have a monster. So you start the game with a monster, kind of a standard, just kind of generic monster you start with. As part of this challenge, I'm not using him. On this hardcore challenge run I'm doing, you bring nothing with you into the dungeon other than the copper sword. So on this run, I am not going to get the benefit of those monsters. We're going to have to just go in with our wits and whatever items we find along the way. We found a monster egg. There's a few different things you can actually do with monster eggs. The thing you're going to do most of the time is take them back home with you, take them out of the tower, and hatch them inside your monster hut. That basically makes the monster your pet, and you basically get to keep it permanently, and you can grind him up, and he can carry you through the tower if you train him well enough. Let's go up now. We're not getting much XP here. Like SMT, exactly. How do you heal? You heal naturally over time. Your character has just passive healing. So like if you hit the triangle and circle buttons together, you just kind of stand in place and pass the time. Essentially resting. You heal by resting. You heal by just passing turns. Fuck. This Paralyze wand has not paralyzed a single monster. Maybe you gotta use Mixture Magic to get the Paralyze effect. Yeah, so you can see we got our health back just by walking around here. I don't have a shield yet, that really sucks. Fuck. Wasn't paying attention, I was looking at chat. Oh, we did paralyze him, finally. Okay, let's rest here. So yeah, now I'm just passing turns to recover my health. You kind of speed up time. So yeah, if you go triangle circle, you'll pass turns and speed up time, and then it'll slow time back to normal speed once a monster gets close, so you can see him coming. Man, lots of monsters on this floor. Ooh, nice Paralyze. Wonder if the flame monsters are vulnerable to that. This fucking guy. Alright, let's fight him. There are also healing herbs you can get. You can find a healing herb item that'll just get you instant healing. It's useful in battle. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about Lost Judgment too. I'll probably play that one too at some point. Okay, this is a spell ball. This is the way you cast magic in this game. There! Finally we get a shield. +5 defense. That's huge this early in the game. Oh yeah, so like I was saying, there's a few things you can do with monster eggs. You can hatch them in your hut to turn them into your pets, and then you get to keep them forever. If you hatch them in the tower, that'll get them to follow you around and help you inside the tower, but you'll lose it after that tower run. So hatching monsters in the tower only helps you temporarily. The benefit of that, though, is that any monster you hatch in the tower will start at whatever level of the floor you hatched it on. So if I hatch a monster right here, that monster will be on at level 7, which makes it immediately useful. Monsters hatched in your hut always begin at level 1, so you have to grind them up from scratch. Also, your pet monsters are limited by the number of collars you have. You start the game with 1 monster collar, which means I can only have 1 pet monster out at a time. Whereas if you hatch monsters inside the tower, even though they're only temporary, you can have as many monsters out as you want if you hatch them in the tower. I guess one of the other things you can do with monster eggs is throw them at an enemy. Then it'll do essentially a summon attack, kind of like a big one-shot summon attack. Pretty much just deletes a monster. Just about any monster egg that you throw at an enemy will kill that enemy. So yeah, you can use it to pop the monster out and get a one-shot attack, or you can just sell them for money in town, and they're actually worth a lot of money. It's one of the main ways you make money in this game, is by selling monster eggs. So you got a few options for what to do with your monster eggs. That's part of the fun of Azure Dreams. Oh, we do have the blue collar. Yeah, so on, I think it's floor 10 or 11, you can find the blue monster collar. That lets you have up to 2 pet monsters out in the tower at a time. And more importantly, that gives you the ability to fuse monsters. If you have 2 monsters out at once, you can fuse those monsters together to combine their traits into one monster. It's kind of a lot of the advanced strategies in this game center around monster fusion, knowing what special skills you can learn from which monsters and what fusions are beneficial. It's kind of an obtuse system, unfortunately. Just about all the special traits of monsters are hidden, and some of those traits are inheritable and some of them aren't. For example, that cyclone enemy we just killed has a hidden trait where his MP consumption is reduced by half, which is really good. Monsters are unusable once they run out of MP, and they use up their MP by doing just about anything. So you have to worry about your monster's sustainability and MP conservation if you're going to use monsters in the tower. So fusing a Cyclone with your favorite monster is really helpful. That'll reduce his MP consumption and let you use him for longer. I actually think the Cyclone is one of the better monsters to fuse with in this game. Not getting much from this floor anymore. We'll just go up. Speaking of Mega Man Legends, woo! Gonna stream Misadventures of Tronbon, woo woo! Nice. Original hardware then, since you're talking about a capture card and such? Do you have a copy of the game, or can you download Misadventures of Tronbon on like the PlayStation Store or something? I can't remember if that one was available on the PlayStation Store back in the day. Both! Nice! Good man. Did you pay through the nose for it, or did you like get yourself a copy back in the day before the prices of Misadventures of Tronbon discs shot through the roof? Obtuseness gives the game some replay value, though. Yeah, it does. It actually kind of like adds kind of like a bit of mystery to the monster fusion aspect of this game. Like, you have to experiment with your monsters to see what each one is capable of. to figure out what you can get from each fusion. It adds to the depth, like some knowledge of what monsters can do and what traits they give can make you better at the game. There's another monster called Newell, which I think it's an inheritable trait. I might be wrong. The Newell can recover to full HP by feeding it things. Monsters in general recover MP. Your monsters recover MP by eating items. If you feed them just any old item, they recover a very small amount of MP. But if you feed them fruit, they recover a lot of MP. Pita fruits are your monster MP recovery item. This is not very valuable. The Newell is a monster that has a special trait where it'll recover to full MP no matter what you feed it, which is amazing for sustainability. I can't remember if he can give that trait to other monsters. I don't think he can, which makes Newell's kind of a uniquely good monster. They also have really good mixture magic. I kind of want to hatch the monster we got in our inventory. The thing is, we don't really need a monster to survive on the lower floors. Lower floors are actually quite easy. We want to start bringing out monsters and using items once we get to the higher floors, where things start getting dangerous. Got your copy from the local video rental store from the bargain bin? Good man, that's exactly how I got mine. In fact, I love this. I show this off every time it comes up. On my copy of Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Yeah, I think I might need to switch to the big camera for this. Still got that price sticker. Oh, the price sticker is cut out by my green screen filter. Oh yeah, it is kind of a greenish yellow. Greenish, yellowish price sticker. There we go. Pre-owned for $9.99. I got this game for $10 from Roger's video back in the day. I'm keeping that price sticker on there as like a badge of honor. Love that shit. Anyways, I show that off at every opportunity, every time it comes up. Doesn't have the original jewel case. That's a bit of a shame, but you know, you can still play the game at least. This is an awful start. Shit. Yeah, Minovas and Blooms are both pretty strong monsters. Oh, we do have a medicinal herb, though. I also have Olim fruits, but I would rather not use those. Oh, we also have a malicious scroll. I think I'll use that, actually. So this is another big system in this game, is the ability to throw items. A lot of items have two different ways to use them. You can either consume them or throw them at monsters, or which will, well, we'll see this. So the malicious scroll basically just confuses you. That dude's confused now. Oh, that guy's petrified. We can kill this guy while he's confused. Also, something just happened to that cyclone. Oh, damn, this paralyzed wand is actually paying off now. You know what? That was kind of a waste of a malicious scroll, now that I think of it. A malicious scroll is a pretty valuable item, because that seal... monsters won't step on that. It's like, kind of turns it into cursed ground that monsters won't step in. So you can use that to block off a monster train if you got a bunch of monsters following you. I kind of wasted that. Yeah, I got that Legends 2 demo disc. Oh yeah, there was the weird thing in the manual. If I remember this right, the manual does not accurately describe the contents of the disc from what I remember. Damn it, I'm having some difficulty getting the manual out of here. Because like the Japanese demo disc for Legends 2 was actually different from the one that they ended up including in the North American version of Misadventures of Tron Bonne. The North American demo has kind of more finalized content. If I remember right, you just end up... It's been a long time since I've played the American demo. I think it's just a snippet of content from the Forbidden Island, which is pretty much the same as it appears in the full version of Legends 2. The Japanese demo was kind of more like sort of prototype content, and there were three different segments to the menu, I think. There was like a little town you could explore, where you could just like random dialogue and showing off the towns of the game. There was a dungeon, and there was a little like mini story, a little mission you could do against Tron, where you fight her big crab robot. And if I remember right, the manual actually describes that. It's like, oh, you can choose the mission, dungeon, or town. But then you actually load in the disc, and there's like, it's not like that at all. Anyways, I can't find that section of the manual. Maybe I'm misremembering. We're not here to fuck around with Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Although that also... Nah, that wouldn't have been a good choice for today. There's no way I could have beaten that game in like 2 hours. Actually, at the rate we're going, I'm probably not going to finish this dungeon run in 2 hours. Kind of taking my time with this one. There's kind of a huge amount of variance in how long tower runs can take in this game. If you're really taking your time and like grinding up and trying to get the most out of every run, fuck me. A tower run can take like 2 or even 3 hours if you really take your time with it. I actually don't think that's a smart way to go about tower running. I think you want to kind of be efficient with your time. I guess it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Like on this challenge run, we're doing a hardcore run. Our objective here is to just beat the tower. We're not taking anything home with us. So the only thing we want to do is just survive and make it to the top. If you're playing the main game, you might have some other objectives. Like maybe you're trying to make money to build some of the buildings in town. Maybe you're trying to reach a certain floor for a quest item to romance some chickie poo back in town. Maybe you're looking long-term, trying to collect monster eggs to train up some monsters, get some sands to train up a weapon. Okay, so it's not, monsters aren't the only thing you can take into the tower with you. You can actually take up to 5 items with you. You can take items back to town by using this wind crystal. That ends the run and sends you back to town. And you get to keep all of your items. So like you can sell them, you can stick them in the vault, you can bring them with you on future tower runs, but you can only bring up to 5 items into the tower with you, which is usually 2 monsters, a weapon and a shield, and then like 1 consumable item. Maybe a spell ball, maybe a healing item. But like kind of a standard loadout for a tower run is 2 monsters, a weapon, a shield, and something else. Do I do speedruns of this game? I'm not much of a speedrunner in general. There was an Azure Dreams speedrunning community on Twitch for a while. I don't know if they're still around. I haven't seen a lot of people active in the Azure Dreams category on Twitch. There was a community for a while that they had a Discord. They used to do regular races like every week. Racing tournaments and stuff. There was what was the guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name. I want to say it was Azure Abysswalker, but I might be confusing that name with someone else. He kind of ran things. It's still there? Oh, nice. No, I think I'm confusing that name with someone else. Who was the guy? I can't remember. There was a guy who ran that stuff. I kind of tried speedruns a couple times, but it's not really my style. It requires quick thinking. Like, you have to be... There's weird little tricks you can do where you can... Like, for example, anytime you walk over an item, you'll automatically pick it up. That's kind of undesirable. That's a slow method of inventory management. I'm actually going to use this red sand. Start training up this copper sword. There we go. Now we got 3 attack. That's pretty good. So the playstyle is totally different. Like, you spend a lot of time going through the tower like this, kind of dashing along. So, like, yeah, let's manage our inventory a little bit here. Like, this Rome herb is pretty useless. We can just get rid of these. It's faster to get rid of them this way. Light seed, that's completely useless. What else do we have? Troll swords. Actually, that's actually not completely useless. If we hatch a troll, we might end up using that. Wind crystal, completely useless. We're not... Whoops, fucked that up. Okay, so like, there's an item on the ground. You can't really tell... So I can't tell what grass this is till I walk on it. So we're gonna do, I think, what they call a stutter step. So I'm gonna walk onto it and hold the O button. That prevents us from picking up that item. So I can see that's a Rome herb. I don't want that, so I won't get it. That's a pillar ball. I do want that, so I'll pick it up. That's how you grab items on speedruns. You want to stutter step onto the item to look at what it is, and that saves you some inventory management. That saves you from picking up items that you don't want. The problem I found with speedrunning is I don't have the reflexes for it. Like, you spend a lot of time speeding around the dungeon floor, and what happens all the time is I just run face first into monsters. In fact, it's a good idea to zoom the camera out. Yeah, that's maximum zoom. It's actually pretty cool. There's a fair bit of strategy. The general rules for races in Azure Dreams speedruns are quite interesting. Basically, you try to get as far into the tower as you can in 1 hour. And I think that's actually a really interesting challenge. Because you have to really think. It really makes you consider, like, how much do I want to grind on a floor and search for items versus how much do I want to make forward progress. Like, really makes you consider the time you spend on each floor. Whereas on my kind of hardcore challenge run, you're pretty much trying to get the most out of every floor. Fuck! Oh, see, Matt Helsey, that's actually not useless. I'll keep that. Big names are Wugga, Septitech, and more. Okay, I don't recognize any of those names, but it's nice to hear that it's still going on. I'm gonna ditch these wind crystals. We don't need them. The rest of this stuff is situationally useful. We don't want that wooden wand. Honestly, learning speedrunning techniques for Azure Dreams is actually not a bad idea in general, even if you're not gonna speedrun the game. Like, you can save yourself a lot of time with stuff like inventory management and just, yeah, reduce the time of each tower run by learning some speedrun strats. Like, yeah, stutter stepping is like a simple trick that anyone can learn. Just hold down the circle button as you're stepping onto an item. Can save you time managing your inventory. That steel sword is a good find. We'll equip that. Yeah, 4 attack. That's just better than our... I should have just grabbed that red sand on the previous floor, in hindsight. I was kind of pessimistic. Ooh, Holy Scroll. That's an excellent find. We'll take that. Holy Scroll converts a monster to your side temporarily. Actually, maybe permanently. I think the monster just becomes your friend for the entire floor if you give them a Holy Scroll. Great item. Anyways, Maze Whale, hello, how's it going? Happy SMRPG Day to you, too. Actually, that reminds me, Persona Tactica is out sometime this week. I'm gonna have to ask Vince what he thinks about it, if we see him here today. We probably won't see him today. He's probably busy playing Persona Tactica. Can we find high ground? Nope, I'm just gonna fight him. Speedrunners are incredible, don't know how do they do what they do? I mean, I say this with, like, no trace of insult or disrespect or anything, but just tremendous levels of autism. Again, with no disrespect or insult intended, just tremendous levels of autism is the bread and butter of the speedrunner. No other individual could handle the just repetitiveness and time sink, and not only that, but like levels of like analysis and study required to be an effective speedrunner. I do not watch speedrun streamers typically. I find them to be excruciatingly dull. But I do really like GDQ. It's like the technique and the techniques and the science behind speedrunning are what's interesting to me. So it's like when the speedrunners present their findings and like explain the runs at GDQ. I find that extremely interesting. That's kind of the best of what the speedrunning community has to offer. But if you go to like you see what you think is a good presenter at GDQ, they do an entertaining run or whatever. And then you tune into their stream and it's just them playing like the same game like 50 times a night and just like resetting over and over again to get the perfect run. It's so boring. But I love that GDQ kind of gives these people in these communities a chance to shine and present their findings. Honestly, I think it's the same kind of thing with like actual science in general. There's actually, as much as like people meme about it, and it's like kind of a point of cultural identity for a lot of people, where it's like, oh my fucking god, I love science. Science is the greatest. To actually do science, I think, is like a really tedious and painstaking process. I did not like science classes in university. Like the labs, the experiments, I found to be like a really dull and painstaking process. And I think speedrunning is kind of the same way. To hear the findings, to like learn about the results of science and the results of speedrunning is really interesting. But the actual process of making those discoveries and like just doing just like one run after another to like discover all of these tricks and perfect these techniques, I find the actual process of speedrunning to be really boring. This might not go well for us. Oh god. Okay. Fuck. I think he'll go to the right here. Excellent. Monsters in the tower tend to hug the walls. So like if there's a turn through the hallway, they'll generally take it. We've outclassed Minovas at this point. Also, our water shield gives us special defense. This game has an elemental type system, too. An elemental triangle. Water beats fire, fire beats wind, wind beats water. Generally not very relevant when you're just fighting with your main dude here. But every monster in the game has an elemental type. The monster elemental triangle is very important if you're gonna use your monsters to fight for you. These guys are really annoying. They have a special ability where they travel under the floor, which means it's impossible to get the first hit on them. They will always emerge to hit you first. Oh god, 2 of these fuckers. I think we're gonna have to run away from the second one. Actually, we might be good for this. High ground advantage is huge in this game. This guy'd probably be doing 10 damage to us if we were on equal footing with him. Jeez, this is a bad corner to stand on. This is a rough corner. Monster Central here. I might have to find a new place to heal. There's too many monsters. Oh, it's because there's a bunch of long hallways connecting here, so any monster that steps into these hallways will end up on that corner. Oh, this is just a bad floor. Super linear with really long hallways. All the monsters will be taking pretty much the same path. There's no avoiding them. Fuck. This game has traps, too. Chaos Trap makes you basically useless. There we go. Shit! Don't... Oh, he did it. He fucking did it. These clowns are kind of bad news, too. Okay, we're not doing well right now. Hopefully he should go the other way. Yeah, he's hugging the right wall. We're going to avoid combat here. One way to do that is to follow monsters. Monsters generally always go forward in one direction. They'll either hug the right-hand wall or the left-hand wall. But they won't turn around unless they bump into another monster. So if you want to avoid monsters, it's often beneficial to just follow one. Well, we lost sight of that guy. Getting healed up a little bit here. I guess I'll answer you, Maze Whale. Deep Fry gave a progress report for Tales of Fantasia earlier tonight. He made it to some elven forest. Forward progress is being made. Deep Fry is progressing through Tales of Fantasia. I don't think we can afford to go to the next floor. We're not strong enough. Although beyond a certain point, levels don't really help you that much in this game. The level progression curve is kind of linear, which means that early levels early in the dungeon are more important. The nice thing about getting levels early on, like the first few levels, are more important than the later ones. You get kind of diminishing returns from level ups. The benefit of these guys is that they don't block your movement. So if you really don't want to fight a U-boat, you can just delay the battle with him indefinitely. Fuck. Even with the water shield, this guy's doing crazy damage to us. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the room so that he can't see me. The way monster vision works in this game is actually kind of the same as your vision on the map. So, like, look at the map right now. I'm that yellow dot in the center. The squares down here are invisible to me. And then once we get adjacent to a square, we can see it. It's the same with monster vision. Monsters in hallways can't see you unless they're right next to you. On the other hand, in rooms, you have vision of the entire room. So if you're in a room with a monster, they can always see you. That's why if you're trying to avoid combat, it's better to hang out in hallways. This is actually a decent... Oh. Okay, let's get away from that guy. Yeah, so he lost sight of me once I exited the room. So then he decided to just fuck off in the other direction. Doorways, I think, are considered outside of the room. So any monster that enters this room won't be able to see us. This is actually a good place to stand. If a monster comes from the one side, we put him in this pit for the high ground advantage. If a monster comes from the other side, we can go to the high ground. Nope. But I really want to... I want to go to the next floor. But I need to heal up first. The monsters are so relentless, I haven't been able to heal. Fuck. We do have a medicinal herb if we really need it. Jesus! We might need that medicinal herb right away here. Okay, good. We've greatly outclassed the bloom by this point. I kind of want to bait this guy over here. There's a limited number of monsters that can inhabit the floor at a given time. They'll respawn into the rooms as you clear them out. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna use this. Mahel Seed increases our speed. Oh, that was so unlucky. That wore off so quickly. Okay, I'm hoping that something's gonna happen here. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. We need to use that medicinal herb now. I'm hoping that the enemies will just bounce off and go the other direction. Shit. I didn't want to kill that guy. Okay, Earthquake. That happens if you waste too much time on a floor. So you can't grind forever. If you spend too much time on a floor, the earthquakes will start. Fuck. Jesus. We're gonna have to eat a few attacks here. I can't fight all these guys. Ah, this might be the end of the run. Actually, no. Okay, there's a couple ways to use this Holy Scroll. You can throw it at a monster to make them fight for you. I'm gonna eat this attack. The other thing you can do with the Holy Scroll is use it to protect yourself. Yeah, this makes it, basically creates consecrated ground that the monsters won't attack. So I'm invincible for as long as the scroll lasts. So I should, hopefully, be able to kill all these monsters before it wears off. Kind of sucked that we had to use that. I would have liked to have saved it for one of the higher, more dangerous floors. Alright, let's heal up, then go to the next floor. Anyways, so yeah, it says let's hurry upstairs. Earthquake is basically like your warning that the timer for that floor is almost done. Eventually the floor will start collapsing, and once it collapses completely, you just get instantly moved up to the next floor. You're forced upwards once the floor collapses. So there's actually no real downside. The only downside is that you can't save. The game gives you the opportunity to save every time you move up a floor, but only if you take the elevator. If the floor collapses, you don't get a chance to save. Which is actually not that big a deal, because the saves are memo saves. Like, if you choose to quit there, it'll quit and save. Hey there, Sensor. Yeah, it's... I guess that this part of the dungeon is pretty dangerous. The U-boats are really nasty enemies. The clowns are really nasty enemies. Actually, if you have a familiar, the blooms can be really nasty, too. The blooms can mind control your familiar. It's a pretty low chance of success, but if it happens, it really fucking sucks. And things just get more dangerous from here. I actually think the early floors are kind of more interesting than the later ones. A lot of the monsters on early floors have kind of interesting properties to them. You got your clowns with their weird level down spell. Oh, this sucks. I don't have elevation advantage anymore. You got the blooms with the brainwashing. The U-boats with their submersion and first attack. Higher floors, monsters just have insane stats. Like on the highest floors in the dungeon, like the thing that makes the monsters threatening isn't any special abilities, it's just that they kill you in like 2 hits. This is bad. Oh, Pillar is a fire spell. Clown is a wind monster. This should do a lot of damage. We really have to heal now. Okay, Dreamin's no big deal. Hopefully. Also, nice profile pic. Sensor 88. Speaking of misadventures of Tronbon. Oh god, he's doing 3 damage to me. This sucks. I need to find a place where I can get the high ground advantage from both sides. Oh, this is another little ditch we can abuse here. Need a better shield. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, there's a bunch of Sensor 88s in chat now. It's an invasion. Fuck me. Maybe it is, you know, maybe it is time to hatch that monster. Hey, and thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. These fucking guys. That possibly ruins us. Missing so often. Like, how often do the monsters fucking miss? Never. Gah! I think that actually ruins... No, we can... Oh, I should have pillared in the first place. That could have saved us some damage. I'm amazed at the rate of monster spawnage. I don't know, it's been a long time since I played this game, but I don't remember the monsters being this relentless. Jesus. Just gonna flame these guys every time I see them. Okay, so the thing with spell balls is that they have a limited number of charges. You can't see how many charges they have left, though. There is an item you can use to identify a spell ball, so that you know how many charges it has. Kind of, the Mystery Dungeon games have a similar mechanic, where you have to identify items to figure out exactly what they are and what they do. This game's actually pretty generous in that regard. This game doesn't have that same item ID system. You can just see, like, what type of herb and what kind of staff you have just by looking at them. But some specific qualities, actually eggs, you don't know what egg you have until you identify it or hatch it. And you don't know how many charges your spell balls have until you identify them. Apparently, there is going to be a second tower in this game. That was actually one of the greatest things I got out of the Azure Dreams speedrun community, is that they went so far as to like dissect the game code, and they discovered a second tower, the remnants of like a second tower inside the game code, which does obey mystery dungeon rules for item identification. You can't tell like what type of herb you have until you identify it. All of the items have just random garbled names until you identify them. Which is an interesting idea. As far as I know, the ROM hack that makes that second tower playable is not actually publicly available for some reason. I've seen videos of it on YouTube. Like, that hack exists to let you play the second tower, but I don't think it's actually available on the public internet. You have to, like, ask for a link on their Discord server or something. I don't know. I don't actually know how to get it. Do we just leave? At this point, leveling up doesn't really get us a whole lot of benefit. The main way we're going to increase our power level at this point in the dungeon is by finding good items. Kind of sucks that we haven't found better equipment since, like, floor 3. Although I can't complain too much. We have a somewhat decent sword. Like, items in this game don't really get that much better than, like, 4 or 5. Oh, hey, Put Password. Do I want to hear your sad tale? Yeah, sure. I'm in the mood for a sad tale right now. Having kind of a crummy day, I could go for a good sad tale. Fuck! That is horrible. Rust Trap is almost the worst thing that can happen to you in this game. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use it. Okay, now we really want to find some replacements for our current weapons. The Rust Trap just gives a permanent -1/-1 debuff to your equipped items. Essentially kind of forces you to cycle your equipment. The sand items that you can pick up let you buff your equipment permanently. So it's kind of an endless struggle between your sands and the Rust Traps to try to make your equipment good. I have found that Rust Traps are a lot more common than sands, though. Told yourself not to buy a game because it would go on sale. Did not wait. Game went on sale. Ha! Was it a Steam game? You could refund it if you haven't played it too much. I have found that Steam actually does honor discounts if you're like, reason given, it went on sale right after I bought it. Hey, these crossbow guys aren't that tough. Oh, you know what? Our water shield doesn't defend us from water. I think it makes us a water type. So we are strong against fire, but weak to wind. I would rather have an element neutral shield, actually. Ah, green man. Woo. Oh, cool. That takes us on the opposite side of the map from the exit. How do you see me from there? Okay, good. You better fuck off now. Frickin' Humble Bundle. No one ever expects the humble bundle. What game was it, if you don't mind my asking? Or perhaps it's something embarrassing. That reminds me, Flipwitch Forbidden Sex Hex comes out later today, apparently. It's a hentai game with nice sprite art that caught my notice a long time ago. Nickelodeon Smash clone game. Oh, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. That's brave of you to tell us all that. This fucking guy. This is a bad floor, too. This is a circular floor, which means that every monster that spawns is going to inevitably run into us. The monsters are just doing laps around this floor, so every monster that spawns is going to fight us. As fast as they can spawn, we'll fight them. Oh, fuck. Okay, that was lucky. I feel like we're actually not having great luck this run. Only one sword, one shield, one egg by floor 10? Ah, shit. Speaking of bad luck. Actually, that was good luck that we woke up so fast. The crossbow trolls obviously have a ranged attack, so you gotta be careful with how you position yourself with them. Okay, volcano time. Let's leave. Floor 10 is around the part... Oh, okay, he's sleeping. I wanna... Shit. Our item inventory is not very good either. I don't have any great ways to deal with these monsters. Like, a holy bell would be really nice right now. An acid rain ball? I mean, okay, that's asking a lot. Acid rain ball is one of the most valuable items in the game. This guy also has a ranged magic spell, so you gotta be careful with him, too. I'll go from the fresh pillar ball, because these guys are bad news. This is probably the strongest monster on this floor. I bet you he'd do like 15 damage to us. Oh, I do have the water shield, though, so actually we might be able to... We might be able to throw down with the griffins. Fuck. Oh, actually, yeah, we're fine. This water shield's actually going to carry us through the floor 10 to 15 block. Did I say fire shield? Anti-fire shield. The water shield. That's the word I'm looking for. Floor 10 is around the point where monsters start doing pretty crazy damage. Even if you're grinding up on every floor. This is around the point where you can no longer fight monsters on your lonesome. This is really dangerous. Let's see if this pillar ball still has anything in it. Wow, that is a golden pillar ball. We've used this thing like 6 times. Pillar balls, I think, usually only have like 4 charges on average. Oh, thanks, Maze Whale. And welcome here. I feel like things would be a lot less chill if I had 100 viewers, though. As much as I'm kind of tempted by the elevator here, we need to search out the floor. Get all the items we can get. Viewer's Choice Day is too exciting. Also, I think I would actually have to stop doing Viewer's Choice the way we do it if I had 100 viewers. That would just be too much to keep up with. Again, yeah, I guess that's what you mean. Yeah, we'd have to do it every day to keep up with it. At that point, I'd have to, like, charge a $5 for a Viewer's Choice nomination. Why am I picking up the coins? Coins are utterly useless on a hardcore run. This is a shitty floor. There is nothing good on this fucking floor. Charge now. I've considered it, but I don't want to. I'm sure there are people who would do it, but like I don't want to like confer advantages on people who just have a bunch of money to burn on worthless crap. Oops. I consider, fuck! So this is the new strongest monster. These guys not only hit extremely hard, they also have a reflect damage effect, where if you hit them, they electrify you for a percentage of the damage you dealt. Also, he's probably resistant to my Pillar Ball since he's a water type. Yep. Oh god, this guy has more than 18 damage! Fuck me. Okay, we're never fighting one of those ever again. Might as well just use this right on the floor. Oh, that's good to know. You actually get experience for disarming traps. Can I get away with this? Sure can't. Honestly, I kind of like Borg's wheel system for like a good system for giving people stuff to spend points on. Or I guess Borg, who is now known as Dragon Master Alex. The idea being that he has, you know, he's on his RPG quest. He's going to play every JRPG ever made. So you can, on his channel, you can spend points to essentially nominate a game to be played, to be added to his wheel. And whenever he's going to play a new game, he spins the wheel, and like the more nominations a game has, the bigger that game's wedge on the wheel. That like, essentially the wheel is kind of proportional between all the games that people have voted for. It's a good system because like your nominations are permanent. Like that game just has a permanent buff to its size on the wheel until it gets chosen. Gives people kind of input on what game gets played. And it's also really expensive, so it's a good thing to give like people ways to dump just a bunch of points. Fuck! Can we do this with, oh, actually, maybe this will do. He can't hit us from here. The elevation is too high. Oh, shit, I can't... Fuck! So apparently spells can't go uphill either. I thought that a spell would go up through by that elevation. But it doesn't. This is easy, but it's costly. Oleem Fruit just dispels a monster. It's one of the most powerful tools in the game to get rid of a monster that's giving you trouble. But I would have liked to have saved it for the higher floors. Oh, that Kraken. Oh, that's a volcano. I can fight him on the high ground. Spell Ball! Okay, hopefully that's something good. Nice. Okay, that just helps us nuke monsters. Actually, if we can climb a little bit... We're basically on the floor where a water monster is the alpha. One way I like to think of the floors in this game is like, who is the alpha on each floor? What is the strongest monster you can possibly encounter? On the previous floor, it was the Griffin. Griffin was the alpha, so it's like, okay, fire monster. Having good anti-fire stuff is going to help us deal with the worst possible monster encounter on this floor. On this floor now, though, and we were good for that. We had the water shield, which helps us defend fire. But now, the Kraken's the alpha, and we don't have anything that helps us against water. I am going to get surrounded. Those other monsters are going to cut me off here, and I'm going to be surrounded by bullshit. Oh no, they actually beat me. They actually passed through here before I could get here. Excellent. I might just take the elevator, but I do want to see if there's any rooms over here. Get some items. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know what to do with Pengo points. Oh, Diamond Shield! Here we go. That is just about... What? Oh, we gotta put something away. Put away this shitty ice shield. Diamond Shield is probably the best shield in the game. It has the highest defense and is immune to rust. So yeah, Diamond Shield is an excellent find. Oh, he's asleep. Can I get him before he wakes up? I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I think that whenever a monster is newly spawned, it spawns asleep in a room for a random number of turns. Let's just use that trap loop. It's not very valuable. This guy is really tough. Oh yeah, I guess I'm actually worse against this guy now. The water shield was actually better against this guy. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown it away. Okay, note to self, do not fight griffins. Fuck! Okay, he's going right, so he should just pass by this way. Good. Mules are on this floor. They're actually not as strong as the Krakens. Oh, I thought I saw an egg. Getting crap. If this was not a hardcore run, I would be cursing my shit luck right now. I guess I'm doing that anyways. No eggs. Speaking of shit luck, how did I let this happen? He was obscured by the wall. I don't think I can win this fight. I guess it's gonna have to be Pillar Ball. Fuck! This might... No, I think it's gotta be Oleem Fruit. Might as well do it now rather than later. That sucks, so I'm on my ass right now. Also, let's get rid of this Pillar Ball just so I don't accidentally use it. Fuck. These guys are not that strong. I think I can fight them. The Newell is tanky, but doesn't actually do a lot of damage. Limit Fruit is not very valuable. Fuck. I thought he'd go the other way. Oh, this guy's tougher than I thought. Now I'm fucked. I think we have to blaze this guy. Cool. God! I think we just have to leave this floor. Go for the exit and pray that we don't encounter a monster. Okay, maybe we can get away with this. Are there any rooms over here? There's a trap over here, which means there's a room. Question is, are there any items? I'll fight this guy. Once again, we're actually weaker against this guy than we used to be, thanks to losing the water shield. Should have kept that water shield. There's lots of fire monsters on this floor. Wind crystal is useless. Oops! I think we're dead. I think we're just straight up dead. I have no counter to this. Can you throw the wind mist? You know, I could have sworn that you could. In the past, I've, like, misremembered that you can use wind crystals to dispel a monster, but I'm almost positive that you can't. Oh, this might save us. The egg might save us. I'm gonna gamble. That's not gonna do it. You know what's funny? That was a flame egg, which is actually extremely valuable. The flame is one of the rarest monsters on the lower floors. So we complete... Oh, Ice Rock! You're right. I'm an idiot. I forgot that I had that. Yeah, Ice Rock would have done it. Dumb. Hi, Nico. People who forget about their Ice Rock deserve a boot to the head in the morning. I didn't notice the Ice Rock. Yeah, Ice Rock creates an Ice Rock, which is essentially like a taunting pillar, kind of. It creates a target that the enemies will always attack. Always? It might be like 50-50. I feel like they almost always attack it. That really sucked. Is there not... Oh, circle button to speed through text. That sucks a lot, because that means... I was really hoping that run would last longer. Because I've only got like 45 minutes till I gotta leave for D&D. Whoops. Let's just pick that back up. Pick that back up. It's pretty unlikely that we'll have a very good run in 45 minutes. But we'll do our best. Oh, that was a bad run. Really, really bad run. Terrible luck. Or I don't know, we got a diamond shield. I guess I can't complain about that. One egg, that kind of sucks for like 12 floors. I should have hatched it. Once we started having trouble on like floor 10 or 11, I really should have hatched that flame egg would have done really well for us. I think a level 10 or 11 flame could have carried us for a little bit longer. Although, no, he would have probably got destroyed by a kraken. Oh, let's equip this. Oh, also, I guess I'll check and see what the news is on the Discord for D&D. We ball. Okay, so we're definitely on for D&D tonight. I gotta pee. Oh, hey. Yeah, right before 7? Okay, that sounds good. I will start my tea right before 7. I'll be right back. Yeah, there we go. Be right back. So yeah, that last run was a good illustration of the... I didn't even notice put passwords redemption there. No game, you've probably done this many times for free. Oh. I didn't even notice that. Not only did I not notice the redemption that put password did there, I didn't even notice the message. I didn't even see the chat message. Review no game. I've done this many times for free in the past. Yeah, honestly, quote-unquote review an old game is kind of more just a way to guide the conversation in the stream. Just like, talk about this game. It's like, okay, I will if I know it. It's an old chat message. I can't believe I missed that for so long. My mug is empty. I'll be right back. There we go. Replace our mug with whatever this is. A sake cup, I guess. So yeah, that last run was a good illustration of a point that I made earlier, where it's kind of a waste of time to spend a bunch of time grinding on each floor. You can give yourself a bit of an edge by grinding on the early floors in a dungeon run. Makes you a bit more survivable by having that extra HP pool. Gives you kind of a chance to duel the monsters if you get strong enough. The thing is, in the end, you will never be able to duel the monsters, especially if you're coming in naked every run. There are strats you can use in this game, where you can like keep a sword in your vault and hoard a bunch of sands and like grind yourself like plus 12 sword to become really powerful and just fight the monsters yourself. But on a hardcore run where you're coming in with no items, you're never going to be able to duel monsters. Like, even if, no matter how many levels you gain, you just cannot fight monsters beyond a certain point. So in the end, every dungeon run is going to come down to one, item luck. Like, do you get the good items on the run? And how do you use those items? Do you get the items that'll help you survive the dungeon? And do you use those items effectively? So grinding a bit on the early floors can kind of increase your chances of survival, allow you more mistakes with your larger HP pool, but like, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to do that grinding. And since it's gonna come down to luck in the end anyways, I think it's kind of better to just dive. Red sand, I'll hold on to that until we find a better sword. That said, on the early floors, you want to level up at least a little bit. I think once you hit about level 5 or so... Oh... This is going to be a short fucking run right here. I'm going to have to use that ice rock. I got 3 consecutive enemies to deal with. I gotta use that ice rock. Yeah, there we go. So you can see he's attacking the ice pillar instead of me. They're never gonna kill that thing. I think it has like 100 hit points. Actually, I should go for this guy. And we'll finish this guy. Okay, I was wrong. I've seen enemies hit me instead of the pillar before, but I think it's a low chance. I think they'll generally go for the pillar. Sweet. Yeah, at about level 5, you can duel Gosh and win reliably, I think. But it takes a while to hit level 5. I don't know if we want to do that. There's not really any good reason to duel Gosh. You get a healing herb. You get a free healing herb if you beat him, which can be helpful. The fuck? Monster must have stepped in a poison trap. Yeah, monster stepped in a poison trap. That's what's going on here. Or a confused trap. What the fuck is happening here? Well, whatever. Whatever happened, they're all dead now. I think 2 monsters got poisoned somehow. How can that happen, though? Typically, traps are disarmed. Oh, they're fighting my ice rock. That's what's happening. They're fighting my ice rock. I see what's happening. One shot. Do I grind to be able to beat Gosh? I wonder if Gosh is dumb enough to attack the ice rock. It might be worth 1 ice rock charge to get a medicinal herb. Anyways, we'll try a different strategy this time. I will not grind each floor. Feel like it hurts my dignity to not accept his challenge, so I'll accept his challenge. We are definitely not strong enough to beat him, though. We have no shield, so I will try the ice rock. Ha! He's dumb. He's as dumb as a monster. How dare you throw an ice rock next to me? I will destroy that thing. Oh, you know, we might have been able to beat him. Okay, so instead of grinding up on each floor, we're gonna just go and clear out all the rooms. That's the main thing, is like you... Okay, that was lucky. There's kind of a few strategies you can use to approach the dungeon. You can just dive for the elevator as soon as you see it. You can do the opposite. You can spend as much time as possible on every floor fighting monsters and grinding levels. Or, the third kind of reasonable strategy is to visit every room and search for good items, which is usually what you're going to do. Generally, whatever you're doing, whether you're doing a hardcore run, whether you're trying to make a bunch of money, whether you're searching for eggs, whatever you're doing, I think generally the most efficient strat in this game is to visit every room on the floor to try to clear all the valuable items. You're searching for valuable items on every run. Cool, blue sand. We're getting a lot of sand. Now I just need good equipment to use it on. Limit fruit, not worth it. Mahel seed, kind of worth it. A lot of rooms on this floor, but not a lot of good items. That's it. Yeah, I think I'll just dive. We've visited all the rooms, so we'll just leave. This is a little bit risky because since we're not grinding this time, we're not going to be strong enough to fight some of the monsters on these low floors. Like, yeah, these guys, for example, are gonna give me problems. I think I'm just gonna run. Fuck. This is quite bad. This is extremely bad. Is that a Manova over there? That's a troll. I do have the medicinal herb. I'd rather not use it, but we'll probably have to. Jesus. I'm just gonna run from... Fuck me! This is gonna be a short run, maybe. We can always use the ice rock. Yeah, Cyclone is the alpha on this floor. Oops! We might be fucked. Oh, that helps. Oh god, he hit me! Okay, we'll just let them beat on that ice rock. We gotta get out of here. Jeez! I can't fucking... I didn't mean to do that. I meant to advance through the text. That probably kills us. Oh, we got a medicinal herb, I guess. God, we're getting awful luck on this floor. Oh, and now he's gonna sled again. Oh, actually, it doesn't hurt us that bad. We're kind of in rough shape on these lower floors until we find ourselves a shield. I'm actually gonna fight these guys before they take out the ice rock. It has tons of hit points, so it should last for a while. Okay. That was a brutal start to this floor. Oh, God. This is gonna be a short run. We are super fucked. Oh, this... Okay! Hard luck there. That was a really short run. That was insanely bad luck there. The problem here is we had a tiny floor, so all the monsters just clustered into one area, and we couldn't deal with them all. Also, no shield. Also, the fucking Cyclone didn't attack the ice rock. Really low odds of that happening. Yeah, we had abysmal luck there. Fuck you, Nico. Be nice to me. I've had a bad day. Okay, cool. So now we have a... Here I was afraid that 40 minutes wouldn't be long enough for a dungeon run. Hey, apparently 15 minutes is enough for a dungeon run. Well, okay, let's see how far we can get in 30 minutes. Whoops. I fucked up. I fucked up twice. I didn't even press the D-pad there. What the fuck? Damn it, I gotta leave before it'll talk to me again. I think I might have allowed myself a medicinal herb. Because for a while I was, I did a bunch of hardcore runs. I was in the mood to play some Azure Dreams, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I wanted to do, a hardcore run of the dungeon, where I make it to floor 40. And after trying it a bunch of times, I eventually kind of threw myself a few bones. I found that the lower floors are almost impossible, or at least extremely inconsistent, if you don't bring a copper sword in with you. And I think I might have allowed myself a medicinal herb eventually, too. No, we can't go up there. Whoops, I gave this idiot the high ground advantage. Ooh, a sword. That's better. 3 is better than 2. That's not a great find, to be honest. Oleem fruit, that'll save us from one monster. Oh, hey, we lucked out there. We triggered we stood. We landed on a go up trap. You know, I think the paralyzed ones... No, I'd rather have the iron sword. +2 damage is worth more than like a 1% chance to paralyze enemies. This should level us up. Nope. Huh. Small floor. There's got to be some way to get to the right side. Nothing up here. Oh, there we go. You really can't fight a troll at level 1. Maybe with elevation? Yikes. Whew, that was close. If I would have missed once there, we'd have been fucked. Oh, nice. Okay. This game has kind of a level scaling system, a bit like Suikoden, which is another Konami game. Ooh, Fire Sword. Heck yeah. Attack 5, I'll take that. Also, yeah, effective against wind monsters. Although, unfortunately, there actually aren't a lot of difficult wind monsters on the lower floors. In fact, a lot of our biggest, our most deadly opponents are going to be water monsters down here. Bloom, Manova, U-Boat. In fact, this Fire Sword is probably worse than the Iron Sword. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's just crap. Man, getting no luck on shields. I actually don't think we fight Gosh here. Damn it, he spawned on the wrong side, too. I feel lonelier. I accept your challenge. We have no option. I wonder... I don't think he's vulnerable to Oleem fruit. Well, we got the 9 damage. Oh, nice. 2 shots. He must have like 18 or 19 health then. Cool, that went okay for us. Naturally, he's worth 0 experience, too. Heal up. I suppose there's nothing that could change our D&D status for this week. Yeah, everyone said they're down. So we're down. Fuck. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We gotta run. I can't fight both these guys. Now, I can make a get. He can't actually see me right now. I'm gonna go straight, actually. He's gonna go left or right. Fuck. Maybe he can see 2 spaces ahead. Okay, now we got him. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, okay. The Fire Sword will be pretty good for these really early floors. because that'll be good against the Cyclone. You know, I think it's actually worth it to give him the first attack to maintain the high ground. Yeah. Oops! This keeps happening. Enemies are hidden behind walls and I can't see them. And I run right into them. Should be fine against this Joker. Ugh. Ugh! Okay, this game is a lot harder than I remembered somehow. Which is weird, because I've played this game a lot. Glasses are always good. There's our elevator. A sword. It's pretty unlikely that we'll get something better than our current sword. Yep. Oops. Actually, we should be able to kill this guy. We got the fire sword. Oh yeah, we don't have any defense, though. Whoops. Well, a miss kills us here. Nope, we're good. Medicinal? Yes. Tempted to use that right now, but we'll hold on to it till we need it. Nothing here. A lot of rooms on this floor, but no items in any of them. Oh, steel. What's steel? Okay, we can get rid of this. Oh, you know what? I should hold on to those. We can, on these low floors, we can actually throw... Yeah. I can throw this at him for a little bit of damage. There we go. That actually helps us. It's a good way to get an edge on low floor monsters, is to just throw items at them. Garbage! What? Okay, let's just fucking leave. No! Okay, oh, that's just a Pulumpa. We're fine, we can let him hit us. I'm just gonna leave this floor. And hope that there aren't a ton of monsters in the first room up here. Excellent. Empty room. We can fight trolls at this point. Unless we... That's 3 misses in a row. We missed twice in a row on the last enemy, too. This is getting dangerous. I gotta run from this guy. I can't fight him at 11 hit points. Can we get the high ground? Oh great, they're all coming at me. This is stupid, but I'm gonna use an Olim fruit just to get him out of here a turn sooner so we can gain ground on these guys. Well, this was a short run. This was a short fucking run. What is this shit? 4 monsters all in one place. This is absolutely unbelievable, the shit luck we've had on this run. No shields. No shields at all. If we're lucky, maybe there's an elevator in here. If we can find an elevator, we can just leave this fucking shit show. Oh, this is such a good room! 2 spell balls and a sand and a crystal? I can't stick around, though. We can get the... Oh! 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 He's in? Alright, let's do this. Maybe a waste of an acid rain ball to use it this low. I'm gonna use it right now. Kills every monster in the room. Beautiful. I've got 2 blue sands now, but no shields. Oh, holy shit, that really was a good room. 2 acid rain balls. So acid rain ball is the best spell in the game. It kills every monster in the current room. And if you're in a hallway, it kills every monster adjacent to you. So it's a super strong spell, but it almost always spawns with only 1 charge. There is an item you can get, though, called the White Sand, which recovers 1 spell charge to a ball in your inventory. So for that reason, I actually like to keep empty acid rain balls in my inventory. Because that way, any white sand we get gives us an additional charge of acid rain. Just avoid that guy. God, what a difference it makes when you get a shield versus when you don't get a shield. At least we got our HP back. We can probably leave now. Probably want to start making my tea pretty soon. If we can make it to floor 20, I'll be happy. We're on floor 5 right now, but I'll be happy if we can make it to floor 20. I think this is the kind of run where we just want to dive. Just go for the exit almost as soon as we see it. And the hell is okay. Whoop. That's fine, I guess. Actually, no, we're not going to dive. I'm not going to start diving until we get a shield. Because a shield is going to help our survivability tremendously. Okay, so we get a shield, and then we start diving. Oops. I think I might just eat the attacks and go for the exit here. Be there in 10. Okay, I'll start the tea in like 5 minutes. Thanks for the heads up. I think I actually want to put on the steel sword, because the fire sword will be lower damage against the water monster. Well, we probably gotta blaze this guy now. Oh shit. I just realized I have 2 acid rain balls in my inventory. And one of them is empty, and I don't know which one. One of my acid rains is empty, and I don't know which one it is. Okay, these guys are weak at this point. How far am I into it? Like I just started today. This is essentially a fresh run. It's kind of hard to evaluate, because, like, it's a mystery dungeon game. Like, the objective of the game is to reach floor 40, but you get reset to level 1, like, character level 1, every time you enter. So it's like, you could beat the game on your first try, if you're really good and get really lucky. It's kind of tough. The game's almost kind of sandboxy. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. You can kind of make your own objective. The main objective, like the way to roll the credits, is to make it to floor 40. And again, in theory, if you're really good and get really lucky, you can do that on your first run. You can beat the game in like an hour or 2. But more realistically, especially if you're not super knowledgeable about the game, you're gonna have to take multiple tower runs. You're gonna have to train up monsters, build wealth. And then there's all the side stuff you can do in the game too. Like, it's not just about the dungeon. You can get a bunch of different girlfriends. There's that aspect of the game. You can build a bunch of buildings in town. That's kind of the three aspects of the game. Is dungeon delving, delve the dungeons, woo the women's, and build the buildings. You can kind of engage with as much or as little of the game as you want on those three levels. I guess in terms of how far have I gotten into it on these hardcore runs where I don't... So you can do different things to sort of build wealth. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. From run to run. You can hoard items. You can train monsters and do stuff like that to build wealth and increase your success, your chances of success from one run to the next. I'm not doing any of that right now, actually. I'm doing a hardcore challenge where I don't ever bring anything with me into the dungeon. We're trying to win the game naked. So I guess in that regard, we're doing really poorly right now. Our first run went up to like level 12 out of 40. We're on floor, I think 6 or 7 right now. I think 6. Yeah, floor 6 out of 40. Which is not great. Fuck. Where's my shield? The crappy thing about the hardcore run is that you are very much at the mercy of item drop RNG. This is like 2 runs in a row where we've had no shield by floor 6. Actually, I didn't even make it to floor 6 last time. Yeah, it's essentially a roguelike. This game is essentially... Okay. There's some hard luck for you. He fucking critted me. Well, that's what I get for, living dangerously there. Man, we've had 3 runs in a row with utter shit luck. No shield, monsters crowding me all over the place and, like, critting me, and I get tons of misses. 3 shit runs in a row. Well, there's no chance that, we do anything productive now. We can do a 3-minute speed run. I guess I'll save for what it's worth. Could you not talk to Mr. Isaac? Who's Mr. Isaac? He lives by the fields. What is she talking about? I've never seen that conversation before. I guess I've always talked to Mr. Isaac, whoever that is, when I normally play this game. We haven't made any progress, but I'll save data here. Put the mark of shame on my save file. Number of game. Saving. 4 number of games where we got absolutely 0 progress. Well, I guess I'll go start my tea. Gotta say, I'm honestly quite disappointed at how this went. Our best run today was like floor 12 or 13, which is pretty miserable. I was really hoping we'd at least make it to floor 20. That first run had a chance. I should have... The big mistake was that I should have hatched our egg on the first run. Getting that that flame monster on our side would have been a big help on the first run. I think I might have eventually started giving myself medicinal herb. I'm pretty sure I gave myself a medicinal herb on my hardcore challenge runs. Yeah, 1 copper sword, 1 medicinal herb. That's a pretty reasonable start. A medicinal herb isn't even a huge advantage anyways. It wouldn't have saved us on that last run. I mean, it would have if I would have actually used it, but I wasn't expecting that Manova to crit me. It's a shame you can't buy shields in the shop. If I could buy like a wooden shield, I'd give myself that too. No items here. We're off to a great start. Oh, cool. This will be the shortest run yet. This is going to be the shortest run yet. You know what? I think I specifically gave myself a medicinal herb to guard against this situation. Yeah, that's right. If you encounter a troll as your first monster on floor 1, you just die. If a troll is the first monster, like, that can happen. You just wander into the first hallway, and a troll appears, and you die. Yeah, I think the medicinal herb was specifically added to the stipulations of the challenge run, specifically to guard against that situation. Because there's like a 1 in 3 chance that the first monster you encounter is a troll, and you just die immediately. Okay, the kettle's boiled. Alright. Well, let's see how deep we can get in like 2 minutes. So I guess we dive. Whoops. We dive or we die. Maybe that'll be the challenge, is just to survive for like the next 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, hey, what do we got here? Mahel seed, that's usable. Fucking trolls. I think I'm just gonna advance. Oh, I can't advance. That's fine. With the high ground, we should be good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we're fine. Hey, level 3. As much as it kills me spiritually to do so, I think we'll decline Gosh's challenge. Restore scroll. Literally useless. Restore scroll is actually completely useless unless you're using a familiar. Alright, let's just go up. Does Selfie not want to talk to us? I guess it's because we've been not talking to her in town. Sometimes when you go to floor 2, you get an encounter with Selfie, Gosh's sister. But I guess since I haven't been talking to her in town, she's just staying home. Ah, I hate deferring to that douchebag. You're here? Okay, I guess that's it. Perfect timing. I will quit. I will quit. I guess we'll save here. Yeah, so that's what the quit option does, is it just lets you save and exit so you can like suspend your tower run. So that's it. That's Azure Dreams. A bit of a disappointing day as far as hardcore runs, but yeah, it's been a while since we played this one. So I guess that's my excuse. I was a bit rusty from not playing it for a while. So, I'm planning to do some Shining Force Premium Disc at some point before next Wednesday. I'll try to do an evening stream after work where we get started on the Shining Force Premium Disc. And from there on, who knows? The sky is the limit. But I'm off to D&D. Thank you guys for... Oh, this refreshment break message has been up here the whole time. You fucking guys. How could you let me do this? Oh well. I guess this whole stream has been kind of a refreshment break. A refreshment from the usual Star Ocean 2 we've been plugging away at this whole time. Anyways, I gotta go off to D&D. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys next time.